Hi everyone, and welcome to my brand new blog post segment, the top 5. I'm going to try and see if I can film a video blog with every post, but we'll just see how we go for time. This week I did have a little bit of time, so I really wanted to jump online and to connect with you guys via video. So I've listed some of the main points of this video down below, but I will talk a little bit more in detail about them now. So today we're going to be talking about my top 5 ways that you can reduce your cost when buying organic food. So number 1 would be to change where you shop. So my number 1 tip would be to shop at a farmer's market for organic produce. More often than not, the produce at a farmer's market is coming directly from the farmer to you, and so you're not paying that cost for the middleman. It's great to see companies like Woolies and Coles nowadays stocking organic produce, but if you've ever gone to the organic produce section, it can be quite expensive, and the food there, especially the organic produce, can be a little bit older because not a lot of people buy it from Woolies and Coles. So go to a farmer's market where it's going to be a lot fresher and it's going to be a lot cheaper. My second tip would be to order an organic fruit and veggie delivery box. So these boxes are great for people that are time poor, that don't have a chance to go to farmers markets in the weekends or in the morning. They are great because usually the box is delivered straight to your front door, and you can choose whether you want fruit, whether you want veggies, whether you want a combination of both, and how big you want the box, big, medium or small. These are also a little bit cheaper usually than buying organic produce from some of the bigger supermarket chains, because the farmers have sold directly to these companies and they're delivering it straight to you. So it's a little bit cheaper. You might pay for a delivery fee, but all around you're probably saving a little bit more money. So just Google fruit and veg delivery boxes in whatever city you're in, and I'm sure a huge host of sites will come up so that you can have a look through and choose the cheapest option for you. Number 3 would be to buy in bulk. So I buy all my flours, nuts, seeds, even things like coconut oil and some spices. I buy them all in bulk and then I store them away. So buying in bulk, so by the kilo, works out to be a lot cheaper, especially if you can find a good online site. And if you're in Australia, I highly recommend bulkwholefoods.com.au. They are fantastic. They're very, very cheap. They have conventional, but they also do have organic at really, really reasonable prices. All you need is to make sure that you have some glass containers or some plastic containers that you can store away that you're not using, and a little bit of room in your freezer or your fridge or in your pantry as well. But you can save a lot buying in bulk rather than just buying lots and lots of little packets every single time you need it. Buy in bulk and then use what you need. So that's my third tip. My 4th tip would be to buy frozen. So this is especially true when buying things like frozen berries. So, you know, most people know that a little tiny punnet of blueberries or strawberries can be quite expensive, $5 or $6 depending on what season you're buying them. Frozen organic berries are amazing. You usually get a 500 gram bag for about the same price, so about $7. You can pick it up from most of the bigger chain supermarkets or from a health food store as well. They last longer, you're getting more for your money, and they're also higher in antioxidants as well. So when berries are snap frozen, all those nutrients are snapped in, so they're going to be better for you too. So I highly, highly recommend buying frozen organic berries. Depending on the health food store that's around your area, you can also find frozen organic carrots, peas, corn, beans, spinach sometimes as well. So I'd highly recommend buying up on your organic frozen veggies and storing them in the fridge, because it can be a lot cheaper and it's a lot more convenient for you as well. And the last tip would be to buy cheaper cuts of meat. So when buying organic meat, I tend to stick to things such as lamb, beef and chicken mince and chicken tenderloins rather than the breast, which can be quite expensive. Also, if you're buying fish, like wild salmon, it is really delicious, but it's also really, really expensive. So I tend to buy the tinned wild salmon and also sardines, which I've actually never found organic sardines before, but they're a good alternative, and they're a little bit cheaper as well if you don't want to buy really expensive fish, which can be a little bit harder to find.